Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. So y'all requested a shorty set on my last poll, so I went ahead and did a little quick simple one, so let's get into it. Jumping right in, we're gonna go ahead and skip the prep. I typically do not do prep in my videos just because I pop my nails off right after each video so that I can create more content for you all. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put some cuticle oil on my nails, and then it's gonna be followed up by a matte top coat, and I'm gonna cure that for 30 to 60 seconds, and then I will go in with my tips and I'll be gluing on my tips. If you are doing a client or you are doing your nails and you actually want to keep them on, I do have an in-depth tutorial on how I prep my nails. I'm just going in with very thin layers of matte top coat. You do not need a lot. You do not need to put 2 coats on, but sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Lately, I've just been doing the cuticle oil and a matte top coat, and then I go straight in with gluing on my tips. I used to use a different method, but I found that a little time consuming, so I just switched over to this method right here. So we're going to be taking some 2XL square no C-curve tips by 876 nails, and everything is linked down below if you want to shop 876. I have a code to save you some money off of your purchase. If you want to go check that out, like I said, everything will be linked in the description box below. So to adhere these tips, I am going to be using the Kiara Sky glue. That is my favorite glue to use, y'all. Like when I tell you it sticks so quickly, it's almost like super glue, almost like it feels like super glue. Like that's how quickly it adheres. If you are looking for another one, Dynamic Nail Supply has a really good 3-second glue. Like that glue adheres so quickly. However, I do not really care for the container that it comes in. It is a brush glue, and I just really don't like brush glues because for whatever reason they always get sealed tight on me. Like they'll get sealed shut, and I can never complete a full bottle of it because it always seals shut before I can use it. So that bottle did the same thing that the Zulay bottle did to me, and I just stopped using it. But if you are looking for a brush on glue that is really fast adhering or a fast adhesive, I would definitely suggest Dynamic Nail Supply. If you hear like cars or anything in the background or birds chirping outside, it's because I'm right next to my son's window and it gets very loud in here, so I do apologize in advance. So I haven't shown these on camera in a while, but I am taking some magnets. I'm only going to be using 2 of the magnets today because we are going shorter than usual. So you really don't have to use these long of tips. They do have some tips that are short on Amazon if you want to go check those out. I think I have them linked in my Amazon storefront so that you won't have to really waste any long tips, but I have tons of long tips, so it really doesn't, you know, make a huge difference for me. So I did go ahead and clip them down. I didn't go as short as I have gone for some of my shorties, so these are like almost medium sets, but they are still very short. So hopefully you guys approve because I know y'all wanted a shorty set. That is what got the most votes on my poll. So this is as short as they're gonna get, y'all. You guys also stated that you want me to do more in-depth tutorials as far as like telling you all what I'm doing. So this whole entire tutorial is going to be pretty much in real time. I try to keep most of it in real time. Some of the things towards the end will be sped up, just like the nail art and the filing. All of that stuff is probably going to be sped up, but as far as like the application, I did leave that in real time, even though my application sucked. So I'm gonna just let y'all know in advance that the application was not the best because I was using, first of all, I did 3 things wrong. Well, it wasn't really wrong, it was just I had the heat on in my house. And if you guys know, the heat, when it is hot in your house, that can cause your acrylics to cure a lot faster than normal. If it is cold in your house, then your acrylic is going to be runny. So I use 876, which is a closer to fast setting monomer. I would say like medium fast setting monomer. And I also put my heat on because for some reason I was freezing today, y'all. Like, even though it's hot outside, my house was just like cold for some reason. So I did put the heat on, and yes, and I also put a little dab of acetone in my monomer. So y'all, when I tell you guys, like, everything was drying super fast on me, that is why my application is going, you're gonna see, like, it's going to suck today. And I was also trying to do a 1 bead method, knowing I don't know how to do no 1 bead methods, y'all, but I was just experimenting with these nails today, and it was still all in fun. But yeah, so if you are trying to see a real-time application video, I have a completely different video for that if you actually want to see how I do my application and how I apply acrylic in a nice neat way. So I did just want to go ahead and file the nails very narrow. I wanted them as narrow as I could get them without them being too slim. I wanted them to just have a really nice shape to them. And then I took my sanding band and I went over the tip of the nail just to buff everything off, buff all the shine off of the nail. Now, you do not have to do this step. I only really do it when it's shorter nails. I don't typically do it when it's longer nails, but I think I might start doing it. I just like the way it looks, honestly. But sometimes I just don't take the time out to do that because it's very unnecessary. So after I'm done with that, I am going to go back in with my matte top coat, and I'm doing this just around the places where I think I may have filed some of the initial top coat off, because I do want these to pop off right after I'm done. So just to make sure that they come off, I am going to be taking some more matte top coat. So I'm also going to be using some 876 nails monomer, and I'm also going to be using some 876 acrylic powder. So if you are looking for really good products, you guys, I highly recommend you going and purchasing from 876. I also have some K-Rose or Kairos nail supply company acrylic powders that were sent over to me, so I will be doing a video on those really soon. I also have a code for you all for that company as well, and I will link everything in the description box. Sorry, I'm stumbling, y'all. I'm just trying to follow the video and do the voiceover at the same time, so I might be like stumbling over my words a little bit. So I honestly don't use this color too much on my channel. I think I've used it maybe once or twice, and that was only for swatches, but I did need a lighter pink powder to go with this set, and I felt like this was the most close to what I needed as far as it being almost transparent but not transparent, if that makes sense. I did not want to use bubble pink because sometimes I feel like bubble pink is a little too transparent by 876, and I didn't want to use Ombre because I feel like Ombre is too much of a pink, so I needed something a little in between. I basically needed the perfect pink to ombre a darker pink into using Airbrush. So this is the type of pink that I would suggest. Just look at this pink, and whatever pink you have closest to this pink is the pink that I would go for. I would not go any darker, and I would not go too much lighter. If you are going to do something that is a little off from this, I would suggest that you go lighter versus darker. And when we get to the airbrush part, I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to show you all what exactly I mean as to why you would want to go a little lighter versus darker. You just want the contrast to be on point. You do not want anything to clash, and you want the ombre and the airbrush to really be seen. So as y'all can see, even though this powder was giving me so much trouble because it was just drying too quick on me because of all the things that I did to manipulate it, I honestly should have just left everything alone. I should have had my room temperature, the exact way that I usually have it, which is about 72 is what I usually have it on, but it was not 72. It was a lot hotter than that. And I shouldn't have put any acetone in my monomer, and yeah, it was just not a good combo. So if you are using 876 products, use them exactly how they come. Do not manipulate them, because they will dry super fast on you if you add acetone to it or keep your room super hot. So let's work like we got some sense, okay? Because I didn't have any sense while I was doing this video, clearly. So since these nails were so short, I really wanted to practice doing a one bead method. However, this one bead method was not doing what it was supposed to do. It was not doing what I wanted to do. This nail right here was the closest that I was going to get to a decent one bead method. The rest of the nails, you are just going to see me do whatever on them, like just to make sure that the acrylic is on there and it is laying nicely. So I am going to do another video, and I'm just going to keep practicing. I might go live one day and just practice like that with you all and talk to you all while I'm practicing, because I really want to get down a 1B method for this length of nails. I just feel like it will be so much quicker, and for this length of nails you do not need a lot of acrylic powder, so I think it's perfect for the 1B method. Now, like I said, I did leave all of this in real time as far as the application, so you are going to see me struggle and do a lot of stuff that I don't usually have on camera. So let me know what y'all think down below. If you would like me to keep my videos like this, where you are really seeing all my mess ups, you're seeing about how long it takes me to dip my brush in the monomer and bring it back with the bead on it, and all of that stuff that I usually edit out just to make the video go quicker. But if you don't mind the videos being like this, I will for sure start making more of them. I just would like a little feedback as to what you all want to see. So I wanted to give you all a little advice for if you are starting a channel, or if you already have a YouTube channel up here and you do nails, or whatever the case may be, whatever you do on your channel, if it makes sense, then I would definitely order some stuff from TEMU. I feel like TEMU is hot right now and you have to stay on top of trends. So if you are somebody who has a YouTube channel and you have not ordered from TEMU yet or done a video on them, I think this is the time to really do as many videos on TEMU as you can to get your views up maybe, and just bring in some traction on your channel. So hopefully that helps somebody. I know this is like really off topic, but I just thought about it, and I see everybody on YouTube doing TEMU, and I've actually been suckered into doing a video, and I actually really like the stuff that I bought. I had some more stuff that I bought. I bought a whole bunch of perfumes, you guys, and I'm so excited to unbox them. I just don't know if I want to unbox them on this channel or if I want to unbox them on my personal channel. I really kind of want to keep perfumes and nails on this channel, and then like cooking and stuff I think I'm going to use for my other channel. So please forgive me if you don't want to see me unboxing perfumes by TEMU, but I do think that I'm going to post that video on this channel, just because I said that I was going to be doing perfumes on this channel anyway, and I have already started a monthly thing of me like introducing new perfumes to you all, or some of my faves. And yeah, so I know I haven't done that in like 2 months, so I'm definitely behind on that whole ordeal. But I do want to still incorporate them in my videos, and honestly I just have not been thinking about it. Every time I put a video out, I'm like rushing, and when I like to demonstrate my perfumes, I like to go a little bit more in depth, not too much to make it a super long video, but I do like to be a thorough in what I show you all, how it sprays, just a really nice view of it, and give you all the notes of the perfumes. So that's something I'm gonna start doing again. I know I've done, I think, 2 introductions for you all of some perfumes on this channel a few videos back, but I have not done them since, and I just been slacking. So I do plan to get more into it, and I for sure am going to be unboxing some fragrances from TEMU that I bought, and hopefully y'all enjoy that. But if not, I am sorry. Of course I'm gonna still do nails on this channel. That's always gonna be my #1 topic or #1 genre of videos for you all, but I do want to start expanding a little more with my channel and have it not just be completely nails all the time. Like, I like to make stuff fun for you guys, and hopefully you guys appreciate it. But if not, it's cool. Like, you know, you can just watch the nail videos and I won't cry about it, y'all. This nail right here was probably the easiest nail that I did, even though the bead was a little runny. Like, I was just putting it on the nail and I made it more runny than stiff because I did not want it to dry super fast on me. So yeah, y'all, it was just like a whole thing doing this application, and I do apologize for my application not being top tier in this video. It was like really unexpected, but I still wanted to get the video out and I still want to post the video just because the nails came out so cute, y'all. Like, the nails were so cute, and I found this inspo on Pinterest. There were like a lot of watermelon designs on Pinterest, so it wasn't just from one person. There were like so many watermelon designs, and they were pretty much all the same. I wanted to keep these really simple and easy for any beginners that are trying to do a set like this. You can even do this with polygel, and honestly, if you don't want to do this with acrylic, you can literally just do a manicure with some pink, a pretty pink polish, and make an outline of your nails. Like, even if your nails are kind of almond shape or round shape at the tip, you can just outline however your nails are shaped with that green polish, and I promise you guys it's gonna come out just as good as these. Like, it's gonna be so cute. So you can definitely do this as a manicure. You can do it with polygel, you can do it with hard gel, you can do this set with anything, and it's like a super easy set to do, you guys. You always want to make sure that you're putting enough acrylic at your cuticle area, because when you go in to file it and seal your cuticles, you are going to take away some of that acrylic around the cuticle area, and you do not want it to be super thin or too thin, so much that it will chip. So I'm taking my 5-in-1 bit, and I did leave this on camera as well. Like I said, I left pretty much everything on camera today, which I don't typically do. I usually do not show any of my filing, but I left all of my filing, even down to the buffing, I left in the video today. So I am going to take my 5-in-1 bit. This is what I use to seal my cuticles with, you guys. Like, I personally really like sealing my cuticles with this versus a sanding band or versus any other drill bit. I have other drill bits that I may start using, however they are not safety bits, and I am just so scared that I'm gonna cut myself or cut a client or cut somebody when I'm doing their nails, and it's just, I'm scared. Like, I'm scared to do it, and this works fine. Like, I have no issues with sealing my cuticles and getting it to be as neat as I possibly can. So this works for me, and it's honestly one of those things where it's just like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, because I do just fine using a 5-in-1 bit. There are like so many things that you can do with a 5-in-1 bit, so I just don't see why anybody would, especially if you're a beginner, why you would need so many cuticle or other bits to use right now. If you are on a budget, I definitely recommend just getting a 5-in-1 bit and a sanding band, and I promise you, like, it's going to make your life so much easier. If you get a fine grit and a medium grit, you will be set to go until you are able to expand your bit collection and order more. When I was using the 5-in-1 bit and you saw me pull my hand away and bring it back, I was just changing the speeds of my e-file. So now I'm just taking my sanding band, and I do not do this on long nails. I only do it on short to medium nails because I can get a real even file over the entire nail. So with longer nails, I can't really get it completely even, and I just rather do it manually by using a hand file, but for this I did go ahead and just use a sanding band. It made it a lot quicker since there is just, you know, not much nail to file or to smooth over. And after I file over all of these nails, I am going to go back in with my hand file and I'm just going to straighten up the edges again, the side walls of my nail, and just make everything as narrow as possible and as neat as possible, as square as I can get them. And then I will go in with a buffer and to buff everything out before putting on some polish. So I have gotten so much better at short nails, you guys. I will give you another tip as far as laying the acrylic down. Please, please, please lay thin layers of acrylic, you guys. Don't do your beads so big unless you are doing a 1B method, and if it is a little thick, just go ahead and take the sanding band and file it down until it gets a little thinner. I'm going to show you guys angles of my nails to show you guys the thickness of my nails towards the end, so you guys can see exactly how thick, well, I would say how thin I made them. When they are short like this, you do not need them to be that thick. There is not going to be too much breakage unless you just put on too small of tips, and that's why they're cracking on the sides or something. But really, lengths like this are very hard to break, so you don't need all that extra acrylic. Like, you do not need your nails to be thick, and it's just ugly. Like, short thick nails are ugly, y'all. So when you're filing your nails, you want to make sure that you are holding your file as straight as possible. If you are curving your file, then your nails are going to curve inwards towards the tip, and you do not want that. You want it to be like a blunt cut. You want it to be super, super straight and super, super square, you guys. So I'm going to be taking this pink buffer that I got from Shein. I believe I got it from Shein. Yeah, and I'm going to be taking this and just buffing all over the nails until everything is completely smooth. Now, I will recommend these buffers if you're doing like your nails at home. But as for like clients to use over and over again, they're okay, but they're not as rough as I would like to really get all of the scratches out of the nail, especially when you're doing longer nails. I would recommend these for shorter nails, not like 2XL or longer. I always take my buffer and I go on the underside of my nails just to make sure that everything is smooth. I don't want it to be any rough edges underneath my nail as well as on top. So always make sure that you're filing underneath your nail with a hand file as well as buffing the nails out underneath. Once everything is filed and dusted away, we're going to take some alcohol and we're going to put it on a lint-free wipe. Now, these lint-free wipes are also from Shein. I recommend them if you are doing your own nails, but I don't really recommend them for clients just because they leave behind residue. They leave behind cotton. They're really not lint free. So the ones that I have linked on my Amazon storefront, I would highly suggest you get those over these. But if you are on a budget, these work well. They just sometimes, if you're rubbing too much, they will leave behind some cotton. So just be aware of that. And I've had mistakes where I've mixed it up with my polish and it just like got caught in stuff and I was just not for it. So if you want a true lint-free wipe, I will go on Amazon, and like I said, those are linked in my Amazon storefront. So after all the dust has been wiped off, you're going to go in with a matte top coat and go ahead and cure that, and we're going to get ready for the airbrush. So this airbrush I got a while ago and I did have them for sale on my website. However, they sold out and I just have not gotten any back. But Amazon does have like basically the same ones. I think they are a little bit more than what I was selling them for, but you can find some cheap on TEMU or Shein, I believe. However, I don't think that the Shein or TEMU, I don't think that those airbrushes come with all of the pieces from what I've seen other people do reviews on. So I would recommend you go on Amazon and get it just from Amazon for, you know, the regular price, and it's going to be the full kit and nothing will be missing. It's just easier to do it that way, so you do not have to buy parts separately. So what you see me doing here is I'm taking some acetone and I'm mixing it up with gel polish. This is how you use the airbrush machine. It's super easy, you guys. Like, I don't know why I don't use it more often, but I love doing airbrush nails. They come out so pretty, y'all. So I actually have a video that goes in detail on how I do airbrush with the airbrush machine, and I just take you step by step on how to put the polish in, how to do the ratio of the mix of acetone. But right here I am just going ahead, and it was a little too pink for me, and it wasn't showing up as prominent as I wanted it to show up. So I did go ahead and add some red gel polish. Now I did not want it to come out red, but I did want it to be a little darker. So since pink was already in it, and since the acetone is going to dilute it a little bit, we are gonna go ahead and add the red, and it's gonna make it like a really strawberry type pinky red, if that makes sense. So it did go on darker, and you got to remember, when you're doing airbrush, it's not gonna be as dark as what you see in the bottle, you guys. Now I am holding the machine far away from my nail, and I'm going side to side to make a ombre effect on the nail. If you hold it too close to the nail, you guys, it's going to puddle. And when it puddles, I will link a video down below in the description box for you all. I'll link a whole bunch of videos that I've had done on airbrush and aura nails, and anything that is related to this video, or anything that you may want to see after this video. I will link all of those videos in the description box down below, so you can just click on it and go through each video. But I do have a more detailed video on how I do airbrush, and I describe what puddling means, what not to do with airbrush, how to get a very realistic airbrushed effect. So those are some things that you may want to check out after this video, since I don't have like too much time to go into detail on how I actually did it, and it wasn't really in real time to really explain what I was doing with the airbrush machine. So as y'all can see, it got a little darker, but it still was not as dark as I wanted it to be. So I did go back in with more of the red gel polish, and what the red is doing is just darkening up the pink. So it's just gonna be it's gonna look like a darker pink. It's not gonna come up on my nails looking like red, and you guys will see exactly what I mean towards the end, or you'll probably already noticed how it looks for the finished product in the beginning of this video. But it's gonna be super pretty, you guys. So I just went ahead and added a little more. Now be sure to keep adding versus having to take away. It's easier for you to add color than it is for you to take away. So if it's not dark enough off bat, like at first, you can always go back in and add more gel polish to your acetone. But if you add too much in the beginning and then it's too dark, you'll have to wipe it off and completely start over, and then you're gonna have to waste all the acetone in the whole mixture that you did in your airbrush machine. So just start off small and work your way up. So as y'all can see, after I added that little bit of red gel polish, or a little bit more red gel polish to the mixture, it came out so well. Like, it came out really good. It still looks pink, but it just looks more prominent and it's more defined. So that is what I was going for, and I went ahead and I put it in my lamp for 30 to 60 seconds just to cure it before putting this top coat on. I did go ahead and use the iGel Beauty top coat, which is super glossy. I really do like this top coat. I have so many of them, so highly recommend that you get some iGel Beauty top coat if you don't have any. Now I was going to do some black dots on these nails just to make it look like some seeded watermelon. However, I did not know how to go about that, so I just completely disregarded doing that, and I'm just going to go ahead and make an outline with the green gel polish. So before you put your nails in the lamp to cure the top coat, I want you to always make sure that everything is cleaned up around the edges, especially when you are doing airbrush, because when you do the side to side airbrush motion, you are going to get some of that pigment and some of that gel polish on your hands. So you want to make sure before you cure it that everything is wiped off with acetone. This gel polish right here, you guys, I have been using for over a year now, probably a year and like 6 months now, maybe longer. I've had this for so long, I cannot explain how long I've had this. This was like my very first thing, one of the very first things that I ever bought when I started doing nails. And it's been down for the ride, y'all. Like, I still have this whole entire kit. I have all of the polishes. I think the only one that I'm really running out of is maybe the white and one of the pinks, but I do have this same kit on my Amazon storefront. And right here, you guys, you see me moving back and forth because I really didn't know how I wanted to outline the nails. So I figured, since the shape of my nails was not completely square and I didn't really want to do a French tip because I don't feel like that would have looked like an actual watermelon feel, I did just go ahead and outline the tip of my nail. Now you can do a green Frenchie and I think that would be super cute. However, I don't know, for me in my head, it just wasn't gonna come out how I wanted to come out. So I went ahead and just did a very thin line of green polish on the very tip of my nail. But yeah, like I was saying about the gel polishes, you can go ahead and get those through my Amazon storefront, or you can get them from AliExpress. I'm sure TEMU and Shein have the same kits for probably about $20, but you can literally find them everywhere. All of the name brand nail acrylics, those companies, they sell them now. They just put their own logo on it and hike up the price, so you can definitely find a full kit of all of these polishes. If you are somebody who is not good at any line work at all, then this may be a little tricky for you, even though it seems so simple. Even for me, I was shaking, and I'm a very shaky person. Like, that's why I don't do a lot of nail art, because my hands shake so bad. I don't know what it is. I don't drink a lot of caffeine, so I have no idea why I'm so shaky when it comes to doing nail art. It is like so difficult for me. But if you drink coffee, I suggest you hold off on the coffee before doing lines like this, or before doing any nail art, because it is going to make you shake. If you have caffeine before doing nail art, you are going to shake, unless you're just like Superwoman and can get through it. But for me, I have to avoid all caffeine before doing any nail art. And even when I don't have any caffeine, I'm still like shaking in my boots. Like, I am shaking so bad trying to do nail art. So it just takes time and it takes patience. If you have to go slow, then go slow to get through it. I take my time. And I'm very precise in where my lines end up. I'm very precise in how things look. So it takes me a little longer because I want things to be so neat, and I just catch every little tiny thing out of place. And it's kind of annoying for me because I end up taking a lot longer on sets than I have to, just because I'm seeing things that nobody else is seeing. But like I said, just keep practicing and it will all come for you. So one last thing I wanted to note that I was doing on these nails is I was just making sure that the very tip and the edge of my nail was also painted green. You want to make sure that the whole tip of the nail is painted green, so that it doesn't look off, or that it doesn't look like you're missing spots on the tip where the green is supposed to be, if that makes sense. So after that, I'm going to cure the green gel liner for 30 to 60 seconds. And then I'm going to go ahead and with one last top coat of the iGel Beauty top coat. This is a no cleanse, no wipe top coat. Super shiny, so you will have no issues there. But I'm just going to go in with a thin layer, making sure that all of my design is covered and that nothing will peel off. And I'm going to put that in the lamp for 30 to 60 seconds. And that is going to be everything, you guys. Like, if you want to add different things to it, I'm sure you can go ahead and add some stones or some flowers or whatever you want to. These do not have to be watermelon nails. Make sure you're wiping off the sides before putting them in the lamp as well. But these do not have to be watermelon nails, you guys. They can be just a pink and green set for you, and they are going to come out super, super cute. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. I know I enjoyed making it, and this set was super easy. So I highly recommend that if you are a beginner, go ahead and try it, girl. Like, don't be scared. It's really, really easy. It's not as hard as you think. And I will see you guys on the next one. I love y'all so much. Mwah. Bye.